C1music.fm, the familiar, it's your boy Deuce. We definitely in the building all day, every day. You know how we do. And we're here blasting off, as usual, with another topic. It is Wednesday, July 17th, 2013. And we in the building, as usual. We're going to start it off with a little bit of music. Today's topic is Vengeance is Mine. We got an exclusive right now. And you know, we're going to do it real big tonight. We're going to at least try to. I got a couple of special guests joining us. And I got finally my co-host for tonight is here with us. So we're going to get right tonight. Let's start it off. Play Reverse from Tadashi, featuring Andy Mineo. At that time it was C-Light. And we're going to get right tonight. Alright? Check us out. Episode again is Vengeance is Mine. Tune in for everybody. We are on the Spreaker network. If you got a phone app, definitely look us up, c1music.fm. We are on the YouVersion network. We got a live event going on right now, so everybody who want to get into the questions and everything, definitely do that. We're on that as well. And we here about to get real righteous with it. So I want everybody to tune in and get right. That's how we do. C1 Music style. All right, here we go. C1. We on here. You heard it first. Reverse, featuring C-Light Andy Mineo. C1 Music from the front. They got you, boy. Let's get it.
You are now listening to the sounds of C1music.fm.
Why's the monster taller than ever while the weak fade away? When justice storms and darkness please, I'm reminded on that day the last shall be, the first shall be, the last shall be, the first shall be, the last shall be, the first shall be, the last shall be, and everything is in reverse.
Living with the end in mind, something like the precedent. I was living for the moment, trying to own it, residence. Believe in him, that's the last thing I'd have ever chose. Give me that red top trait on them trues and Vogue. That 67 Chevy, my cousin drove on them golden spokes. Life is short, and man, I hope I make it down the road. But where I'm from, hope was that girl that flirted, flaunted. You never got her, but she was the one you always wanted. How could a picture perfect image front and tell you lie? My version of perversion did it every day alive. And man, that burden got me hurting, looking for some answers. Endless searching, just leave you burning. JoJo dancer, but mine ended when I saw the Lord would choose to hang. That type of love got me coming back, call it boomerang. Yeah, you can end the search, his living water quench my thirst. And since the day I died, now I'm living in reverse.
Yeah. Why is the monster taller than ever while the weak fade away? When justice storms and darkness please, I'm reminded on that day the last shall be, the first shall be, the last shall be, the first shall be, the last shall be, the first shall be, the last shall be, and everything's in reverse.
And all I ever wanted was to be labeled the greatest. Cassius Clay on spitting rhymes while rocking the latest. But that crept into my life in Christ. It was evident as I debate how I was better than the rest of them. Work-based righteousness, base my work on some type of list. And if I keep it or not, perfected every night since this. Now I'm looking for approval, and I'm selfish. So all I wanna do is try to outdo you. Silent when you ask me. Later I'm bragging like a fool. Far from his image and couldn't see it. Where is the zoom? It's his grace in my moment of reproof that helps me see the truth. Just how I sound, no auto-tune. And in this life the last will be first and the first is last. And he's a servant to the end, be certain of that. That's what I heard, freedom from the curse, living to a hearse. But the latter doesn't matter when you in reverse.
Yeah. Why is the monster taller than ever while the weak fade away? When justice justice, storms and darkness, please. I'm reminded on that day, the last shall be, the first shall be, the last shall be, the first shall be, the last shall be, the first shall be, the last shall be. When we get and everything's in reverse.
Man, I'm longing for that day when the trumpet sound. I imagine in an instant I'll be off the grind, face to face with my maker, with the glorious savior, embraced by forever, no pain, free from labor and from my sinful nature. And we see hope revealed, free from every tribulation. See, he broke the seal. Every saint around the throne in worship of the perfect, cause he purged us and he purchased us, cause hell is real. Receiving what we all deserve, that where we see the first shall be last and the last will be first. Either way, he's such a generous God. It doesn't matter if you've been here forever or just started your job. He rewards us for our work, so life's not in vain. And every saint, hold on, he's coming again. Revelation's only scary if you're not in Christ. So I don't shine, I reveal, call it black light.
Why is the monster taller than ever, but a weak fade away? When justice, storms and darkness, please. I'm reminded on that day, the last shall be, the first shall be, the last shall be, the first shall be, the last shall be, the first shall be, the last shall be. When we get and everything's in reverse.
You are now listening to the sounds of C1Music.fm. Unfamiliar.
I've been reading that word, living that word, digging that word, giving that word. Got that word on my lips, the words in my palm, the words in my mind. Yeah, word is bond. I've been reading that word, living that word, digging that word, giving that word. Got that word.
I'm up in the word, ain't no fear in me heart. Check with me, squad. The only thing I fear is me, God. Me pride in me, moms. I got freedom. No death, 62nd Adam, and that's word. Who these cats who now got nerves? I walk with boldness like me binge of the nerds. Only cause the Mimra gave us the Shmika. Now to get amped, just to be a speaker. Yeah. The word will return, ain't no maybes. Are likely with fire in his eyes. So don't take it likely, I test it. Cause he may run up in your stands. This ain't a game, he's coming with a full marching band. Blood roll flowing, angels trumpets blowing. Ain't no laughing matter, but some heads are rolling. These cats on the block, they got swagger on the corner, but Jesus came through and they swag got ran over.
I've been reading that word, living that word, digging that word, giving that word. Got that word on my lips, the words in my palm, the words in my mind. Yeah, word is bond. I've been reading that word, living that word, digging that word, giving that word. Got that word.
If you knew me in the past, I'm a different kind of dude. New attitude, no longer described as a fool. Me shoes on me Jews, got a new cool. Me stylist is the king of the Jews, that's word. Man thinks the word is fake. 40 different authors complimenting what they say. Inerrancy of scripture still holds up today. He knew what he was doing, he ain't do this by mistake. The Lord spoke clearly cause he's great in all Poland. Got relevant components cause the Father's all knowing. Timeless classics teachable for any moment. Got many naysayers but no worthy opponents. Young men walking with a bounce in they step. They got right living cause they know what they left. This new breed ain't scared, they'll take it to your chest. Correct you in love, then leave you impressed.
I've been reading that word, living that word, digging that word, giving that word. I've got that word on my lips, the words in my palm, the words in my mind. Yeah, word is bond. I've been reading that word, living that word, digging that word, giving that word. I've got that word.
I got that word on my lips, in my heart, in my palm. Maybe Mark, maybe Luke, maybe Psalms, maybe John. It makes me cry sometimes, but yeah, that makes me strong. Make your boy repent when his mind is thinking wrong. Peace to my heart, something like a smooth song. Give rest to the weary when the race feels long. Got me serving my wife like cooking in the morning. Got me fleeing temptation when my passions are torn. Serving the poor, I'm like an open door. What's mine is yours, yeah. Acts chapter 4. Peace in the storm when it feels like it's war. Contentment in my heart when my flesh wants more. He saw man's need and he gave what he had. He had riches on me, then took rags. Even worse than that, to make me feel low. He gave his life on the cross so we can live, bro.
I've been reading that word, living that word, digging that word, giving that word. I've got that word on my lips, the words in my palm, the words in my mind. Yeah, word is bond. I've been reading that word, living that word, digging that word, giving that word. I've got that word.
You are now listening to the sounds of C1Music.FM.
Yeah, I messed up, but you hurt me. Blew it like it's your birthday, and you love me, baby, on Wednesday. But I make you sick on Thursday, and I know I'm wrong, and you shut down, and I touch down like what now? Why we going through all this? Why things gotta be rough now? But you had so many breakups, you can't believe. You go and break my heart that I forgive and I ain't leave. Don't define you by your faults, ain't gon' push your buttons either. Every day we starting fresh, this is how it's supposed to be. Never try to take advantage, you respect me as a man. But every once in a while you get to popping off and say stuff you shouldn't be saying. But I'm with you, I ain't playing. If it's thick or if it's thin, both the times and your figure, girl, this is who I am. I love you, baby, that's real talk, and this life we live is a real walk. I ain't going nowhere, tell your girlfriends that it's still on. I love you, baby, that's real talk, this life we live is a real walk. I ain't going nowhere, tell your friends that it's on. For better or for worse, sometimes I make you sick, and you get on my nerves, make it worse. I ain't going nowhere, and I give you my word. I'ma be right here, although you push my buttons. I ain't leaving, you can keep on pushing, yeah. I ain't leaving. I be making you mad, girl, but you said you'll never leave me lonely. So I had to put a ring upon it. Cause our commitment ain't no game. Yeah, we laugh, but we ain't playing. I'ma always be your main. And I know sometimes I upset you. Be pushing all of your buttons. We be fussing, fighting over nothing. You can try to leave, but I'm coming. We gon' work it out with no running, pushing, shoving. I know sometimes that I'm selfish, but I jump in front of your bullet. Cause you everything that I pray for. Plus a little bit extra, even when you get you an attitude and you act a little bit extra. Listen, you make me better, babe. You make me better, babe. You got my heart and you can have it for forever, baby. And though we'll never break up, I hate it when we mad, but love it when we get to make up. No lines that I can make up to let you know how much I got you covered, girl. And I only be pushing your buttons because I love you, girl.
We can go through fire, but it won't make us leave each other, no. 'Cause this love is stronger, even though you push my buttons for better. All for worse. Sometimes I make you sick, and you get on my nerves, make it worse. I ain't going nowhere, and I give you my word. I'ma be right here, though you push my buttons. I ain't leaving. You can keep on pushing, yeah. I ain't leaving, yeah. My burdens, my burdens.
You are now listening to the sounds of C1Music.fm.
C1Music.fm, the familiar. It's your boy Deuce. We definitely in the building all day, every day. You know how we do. And, we're going to get it popping as we usually do. I got my co-host in the building with me, Lady V. What's going on, Lady V? Lady V, what's good? Renee, what's going on?
Hey, Deuce. I'm so sorry. I had some technical difficulties by an accident. I did disconnected, but I am back.
Yeah, we got Renee in the building. It's my numero uno when it comes down to the show for Wednesday nights. Co-host. She actually picked the topic for the night. And the topic is Vengeance is Mine. As always, we are again on the Spreaker network, so definitely definitely tune into us on there, C1Music.fm. And we have the live U version going on right now on the U version network. Just look us up, C1Music.fm, if you want to follow the questions for the show. And yeah, we're going to get it popping like that. Let me introduce my wonderful panel, as I always do. Got Mary in the building. What's going on, Mary?
I'm good. Hello, everyone.
All right, and we got my man Danaka from Sri Lanka. What's going on, man?
Yeah, this is my second day. I'm really enjoyed.
Good. And we got my man Tito from Nigeria. What's going on, Tito?
From Kenya. Hey, what's
Kenya. Hey, man.
Yeah.
I be doing, how I do my business, man, and I meet a lot of people from all over the place. I don't know how I forgot that. My apologies, but my man from Kenya. Nairobi, Kenya. There you go. I'm there with you, baby.
That's right.
And I got the wonderful Lovely in the building. What's going on, Lovely?
That's our name.
Lovely. What's good, Lovely?
Doing well.
Lovely, you gotta speak up a little bit. I can't hear you.
Doing well.
Yeah, we got work on. I gotta get you guys the separate lines so we can get y'all up and running right. And for some reason, we want to give a shout out to Grace. Hopefully next time Grace can get on the show with us. She had some health issues, so definitely keep her in your prayers, y'all, as she gets herself situated and get back. Hopefully we see her back on Monday. So we just want to give her a shout out as always. Hey yo, last but not least, I got a special guest on the show with me that I want to give a shout out to, and she's joining me tonight. I asked her to join last minute, and she's going to be a special guest for us on the show. And I'm hoping that I can get her to do some writing for us and shoot out some articles. I have Judith from the Philippines as well. What's going on, Judith?
I feel great with this. How are you?
I'm doing good. So, our topic for the night is called Vengeance is Mine. Our first section, for everybody who has it or don't has it, the section is the question. And I'm gonna let Lady V, Renee switched it up. She got a new name. We gotta find a new name for the radio, y'all. So if everybody know a good name for Miss V, Renee.
Yeah, graduated from the V.
She graduated from the V, so we gonna get her official name for the radio. But with that being said, Renee, what inspired you to pick this topic?
Well, it definitely inspired me to pick this. Little feedback there.
Yeah, that's somebody else.
Hopefully y'all can hear me. So what inspired me to pick this topic really stems from my own personal experience with forgiveness, with seeking revenge, being mistreated in some way or being wronged in some way, and I think that's something that we all struggle with. So it's always good to get these things out and hash it out and get it out. When you get it out into the open, it can no longer have power over you. So hopefully we get delivered tonight. Hopefully we have some breakthroughs tonight, and people feel better just about getting it out. So that's my goal this evening. Yes.
That's definitely what it is. So let's start off with
and you believe someone else may have been aware of it and did nothing, what would you do?
Now, I'm going to come to my man Tito first, because my man Tito, everybody call him the professor. Everybody call Tito the professor so far. So, Tito, I'm gonna have her read the question again, and I want you to answer that.
Okay,
right.
So let me say that one more time. If you were abused or mistreated by someone close to you, and you believe someone else may have been aware of it but did nothing, what would you do?
Oh, wow.
The professor's stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot packed in that question, and there's a lot of emotion going on there, and I definitely would not feel good at all. To the question of what I would do, I guess it depends on the intensity of the abuse. I mean, the worse it is, I'm gonna have to snap, I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure I hold it together if it's really bad.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that. So I guess I'm going to take it to the ladies because, again, you being abused and mistreated, it could be something minor. It could be over time. Just like Tito said, you may want to snap depending on intensity. So let's take it to the ladies. Let's take it to Mary first. Mary, what would you do if you were abused and mistreated in some way, but you felt like somebody else stood by and really didn't come to your aid?
Okay, this is my experience. This happened last January. So we have some trouble with my sister. So my sister received some gossip about
Mary.
me. Yes.
Mary, I need you to stop picking on your sister.
Okay.
Say no, I'm just playing. Go ahead. Tell us your story.
Okay, this happened last January. So my sister received a gossip from me that I am telling something bad about her, and she confronted me in front of my mother, and she snapped my face. And then I feel so bad in front of my mother. She's not asking me about what is the truth. If it's true that you are telling me like this, like that. So, and then it's really hurt emotionally and physically. So my mother did not know what is wrong or what is right. So she go to the side of my sister. So it's really hurt from me, and I cried all the time that this is not true. Why people judge me without knowing the truth or hearing my side?
Right. So do you think that, how long ago did this happen? And do you think you kind of repaired from that?
Yes. And then after that, we not talk too much, and also my parents are not allowed me to go to their house because that's really hurt. And then my mother and my sister is my neighbor. So when there were some birthday parties or family gatherings, they are not inviting me. So it really hurts for me because why they are judge me without defending myself. So I cried all the time. So I always talk to my husband, and then so no one care about me because it's a gossip. So no one can tell the truth or right. So I feel so bad that time. And then right now we have a good relationship.
Oh, okay. So you say right now you have a good relationship.
Yes, after 4 months we talk and have some open forum, and then I told them that you need to find an answer before you judge a person.
Right. Wow.
I hear that. Hey, Lovely, I want to hear you answer the question. If you were abused or mistreated by someone close to you, and you believe someone else may have been aware of it and did nothing, what would you do?
I've been in the place.
Oh, Lovely, I can't hear you, Lovely.
You're a little far away.
You sound too far away. You gotta.
Lovely, your voice is too weak.
Your voice is very weak, Lovely. Can't hear you.
Okay. Do you hear me now? Can you hear me?
We hear you a little bit. You gotta turn it up a little bit. Turn your mic up a little bit.
Okay.
Oh, you sound better.
I can hear you now. Okay. I've been in this situation that before. So the third party, that someone who is aware of the things done, I confronted him or her. Why he didn't tell me what's wrong or what's going on. So I tried to understand the people's other side, why he didn't tell me. So I can't blame him for not telling me.
I didn't understand completely what you said. I didn't completely understand what you said. So let me make sure I'm following correctly. If you were abused or mistreated by someone close to you, and you believe someone else may have been aware and did nothing, what would you do? And you said that you would confront the person. Am I correct, Lovely?
Okay, I will confront the third party, the someone. Yeah, the someone
Right,
who,
the first person.
Yeah, the someone who is aware of the. Yeah, and I will try to understand her side, why she didn't tell me what's wrong.
Okay.
Because I can't blame her not telling me. For not telling
Okay.
me.
So it sounds like Lovely takes a really mature approach and, saying I'm going to confront this person and get more of an understanding why the third party didn't intervene. And so, and then that, that's a great way that we should handle things. Unfortunately, we don't always have a chance to, but that's admirable. Thank you, Lovely, and thank you, Mary, for sharing.
Hold on. What about you, Danaka? What would you do?
Are you there?
Danaka, are you there?
Yes.
What would you do if you were abused or mistreated by someone close to you, and you believe someone else may have been aware of it and did nothing? What would you do?
Yes, anytime. Really, they haven't not that party person with my wife. I'm really called to her about some matter, but at the end, I also she also understood about I am totally wrong. But then again, my wife not taking any action. She normally laugh and forgive me. But it is really American, really helped me. I told to her in vain, but the end we understood I am totally wrong. Then that time she didn't take any action. It is really emotional and haven't to do anything. Just only I have to ask forgive. She decided I had to forgive me like that.
Okay. Cool.
Good idea.
Cool.
They have no third person, only she and me. But in the end, we understood I am totally wrong. But she didn't take any action to that time. She forgive me.
Good. She did the right thing. Thing.
I'm bad. It's my bad.
Okay, so Juice, let's get it back to you, because I don't think you answered the question, and then of course I'm going to have to answer the question as well. But
look at you, so Deuce don't answer. Deuce asks questions. He don't answer questions. What you talking about?
So what would you do, Deuce?
What would Deuce do? Deuce would definitely check out. Deuce would definitely check the person that was there and didn't do anything, and I would address that person and talk to them and ask them, what's good. Why you did or didn't do anything, and by their actions would determine if I'm still gonna mess with them or not. I mean, that's pretty much what Deuce would do. What about you, Vernay?
What would I do? I think that's the best way to handle it, to pretty much address the issue head on and address that person or persons head on, because it's so easy to assume why someone didn't show up in your defense. We never know. They could have been fearful. They could have been going through their own things. So they might have a good enough reason as to why they didn't come into your defense. So I think the best way is to, speak to that person. So I would do the same thing Did we cover everyone, or do we want to give this question to Judith or no? Judith is a special guest.
Judith, you want to answer the question, Judith?
If you want this.
Okay, answer the question.
Okay, for me, at the young age, it's really hard to answer, but it's really interesting topic. I think I remember that I have experience about that situation. When my father shouted and slapped me, he believed in gossips. That I didn't go to the school and I go everywhere. But the thing, I have lesson learned about this topic. I didn't blame my father because I know that it is way to discipline me. I explained to him that it's not true and don't believe to the gossip. For me, I think communication is really important. You need to be open. You need to be open to your family to avoid misunderstanding and hurting like that.
All right, I totally agree with you. Did anybody see your father slap you?
Nothing.
No, was your mom there or any of your siblings or anybody?
Both of us, only two. Me and my father.
Oh, okay.
I respect him.
But it got you upset.
So, it sounds like pretty much the majority of us would say, communicate that to that person. I know Mary spoke about, working through that pain and working through, how that might lead to feel to healing and to a change, where to ultimately their relationship is better and they're talking again. So, sounds good. We've got diversified type of responses. Because it's one of those things that you really have to be in that situation to kind of know what you would do. But it's always good to have a hypothetical, when those challenges come up.
Right. Let's move to accountability section. And the question is, when you've been wronged, i.e., for example, abused, used, mistreated by a person and a mutual party close to you is aware but does nothing, would you hold the third party accountable, and by how much? Tito, I'm coming back to you with that question, Tito.
Yeah.
Would you hold the person accountable?
I probably would.
How much? Like, how responsible are they?
I mean.
Would you hold them 100%
it.
accountable at the same level of the person that abused you, or would you give them a break?
I don't know. I think I'd have them. Well, they'd be more accountable than the person who did it. Think about it.
Oh wow.
Okay. Yeah, I have spoken to abuse victims before, and it is the hardest thing to go through. And what hurts them the most is the people who know about it but are just quiet, probably out of cultural constriction or whatever it is. But it hurts them that no one is doing anything about it. And the best thing that could probably happen to them is for them to confront that. And that cannot happen if the people they're depending on do not do anything about it. The person who did it obviously is wrong, and they resign.
Wow. So
Tito, did we lose you?
So I'd hold them more accountable. What are they doing? Just observing? Is it entertainment to them? Is it help them in any way? It doesn't make sense,
Right. So it's almost like if you're not a part of the solution, you're part of the problem.
Exactly. You're compounding it.
Okay.
What about you, Mary?
Probably I will give her more time, give some break, and then because I don't want more arguments, because if people don't want to talk, and then it's up for her. So just give her a break. So I don't mind if she doesn't talk too much or. But probably I don't mind her. So I just give her a break.
Okay. And so it sounds like, Mary, you're saying you don't really want to cause confrontation, and so you would give that person a break. Okay.
Correct.
All right, perfect. So, Lovely, what do you think? How would you hold that? Would you hold that third party accountable, and if so, how much? Fully accountable?
Okay.
Like, it's not their fault?
Okay, I will hold the third party accountable and the one who've been wrong or abused me. By how much they will be accountable for me for a lifetime.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
wow,
they're responsible for that. For a lifetime.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, so it's almost kind of like what Tito said, that it almost hurts more from the person that didn't do anything.
Yeah, I agree with Tito.
Interesting. Yeah, I would have to agree. I would have to agree with you guys that I would definitely feel a lot more strongly towards the person that didn't do anything.
All right,
because perhaps
I got a question, Renee. Who the person that you hold accountable for it, what is it that you say to them? Like what type of conversation would you have with that person?
I would definitely tell them all that I was going through, what I experienced, and how it made me feel by them not being there for me. Like, for example, if, I felt, let's say I was physically abused, I would, go into detail, like, this is what happened to me, this is what I had to experience, and by you not being there for me, I felt abandoned.
Yeah, but
I felt.
But the question was, would you hold a third party accountable who, when you have been wronged, abused by a person, and a mutual party close to you is aware of it? So, if the person is aware of it and they did nothing,
I hold them fully accountable.
But what?
I would the person that hurt me.
So when you're telling them your feelings, what is it that you expected them to do? I guess that's what the main question is. Because I asked this question because maybe that person is also scared and don't want to be put in the same predicament that you are put in. It depends on the situation.
Oh, no, absolutely. And I think someone said it earlier that communication is key. So, you don't know what the situation is. Sometimes you do need to get a greater understanding. But I would still hold them accountable to the degree that when you're going through any type of abuse or any type of mistreatment, you want to know that those around you, those you love or care about, are there to support you. You can lean on them. You can trust them. I guess by me talking to them, I would want to hear some type of explanation as to why they didn't step in, or perhaps I might want an apology. Really, nothing can repair, the past. Nothing can, make you go back in time and do it all over again. But I think the conversation needs to happen.
I agree. But all right, Mary, I want to ask you this question, Mary. Let's say you and your sister, and let's just hypothetically put this in the air. Let's say you have your mother and your father. Let's say your father was abusing your sister. All right? When your mom is not home, your father abused your sister in some way, shape, or form. You can paint it however you want to paint it. All right? You know about it. You tell your mom, but your mom tell you she's going to handle it but she does nothing. All right?
Okay.
Your mom does nothing. Your sister now confronts you. She's mad at you. She wanted you to do something about it. You put it on your mom. Your mom did nothing about it. And so being that your mom did nothing about it, your sister's looking for you to do something. What would you do next?
Okay. I will talk to my sister, and then I will tell her that our mother don't believe us for whatever happened. So being calm is the best way, because this is probably your father. So here in the Philippines, we respected our parents. We all allowed our parents. So I will talk also to my father,
Right.
because in that case I was there. So
You would talk to your father?
Yes, probably.
Okay.
Because the feeling of being abused is emotionally, physically, it's really hurt. So probably I would go to talk to them, my father and my mother. I will confront both of them, and then I will tell the truth of them. And then for my sister, I will stay at her side until because time will tell how heal everything. So I will stay at the side of my sister. And after everything should go good.
Shit.
I mean, that sounds like a great concept. I mean, that you want to sit down and kind of have a family meeting and discuss it with them at the same time. I have a personal experience where, someone has been abused and it's almost kind of brushed under the rug. And it's not something that's been discussed, and it's not really discussed in a healing way. And, still to this day, I feel like I hold people accountable for, maybe not preventing from happening or not stopping it. And, fortunately, it wasn't me who was being abused, but I feel like that person that was abused, they are forever hurt by it. And so, that's a difficult thing when people are not willing to communicate and talk about it.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. A lovely. I would like for you to answer the same question. What would you do if your sister or brother was being abused, and you told your other parent about it and they did nothing, and now your sibling is looking at you and saying, "We got to do something." What would you do?
Well, I will get wild.
You get wild?
I let my emotion be heard. So I will talk to both parties and settle things down, be calm, and be positive that everything will be fine soon. Time will heal.
Yeah.
That's how I handle situations.
I see.
Did you get my point?
I got your point. I don't want you to get wild on me. Don't get wild on me.
Yeah.
I could now. Let me say this. Lovely. I've seen your Facebook page. You seem like a pretty easygoing person. I don't see you getting too wild. But they say the quiet ones is always the ones that you got to worry about.
That's right.
Yes, that is true.
So I couldn't really see you. I couldn't really see the wild side of Lovely. The wild side of Lovely. She looks innocent. But I'm pretty sure if she says she has a wild side, then I'm going to believe her. I'm definitely going to believe it.
And it's like they say, everybody has their limits.
Yes, that's correct.
So, just be careful.
Yeah, definitely. That's crazy. What about you, Dinaka?
Hello.
Yeah, what about you, man? What would you hold the third person? Would you hold the other person accountable?
Yeah, the thing is, now I can tell some suggestions, but I don't know what the true situation what I am going to do. If God given chance to control myself, then I can do this thing what I'm going to say. Really, but really I'm going to speak who have done a bad thing, and what they have. And really I have give Jesus to them. That's only I have. because me also may be hot. It depends on situation. Now I can give suggestions, but I'm not sure what I'm going to do in the real situation. So the good answer is I'm really to Jesus Christ and Jesus' love. And really, I also practice in God's love. When we have love from God, and when we can, if we can practice God's love, we can take good action for any bad situation with any bad people.
Right. Hey, I want to give a shout out to Dinaka. If whoever doesn't know, he's a youth pastor out there in Sri Lanka. And if everybody doesn't know where Sri Lanka at, I'm pretty sure some people don't know. I actually had to look it up myself when he first said he was from Sri Lanka, but it's the island right under India. And I know
from Sri Lanka, from college.
Yeah, and I know that in his country they a lot of people practice Buddhism and atheists, and so on and so forth. And so him being a youth pastor for Jesus Christ is amazing. And I want to tip my hat off to you. I'm pretty sure that some of the topics that we talk about, you definitely can relate to, especially just being a witness for Jesus, man. And I'm pretty sure that there were a couple of times when somebody might have did or said something to you, and you might have had to look to the person that's next to you and say, hey, why didn't you say something as well? Or why didn't you stand up for Jesus and you held them accountable? I know that, I just want to give you a shout out for that, man. And, standing boldly for Christ out there, man, and preaching the word of God, man. I commend you for that. Hey, but check it out, John.
Yeah.
Go ahead. So you want to say something? Dinak, you want to say something?
Yes, I couldn't get the clear idea because I'm really noisy with that. It's like, can you hear me properly?
Yeah, we can hear you.
We can hear you.
Yeah. Yeah, dear preacher, can you brief it again, please?
Yeah, he calls me preacher. All I said was, man, I commend you. I commend you for I commend you for your efforts out there, man, for preaching the gospel, man. Keep it up. Keep up the good work.
Yes, keep it up. Thank you.
Yeah, it's not my job, God. It is God's job. Then God give me talent. So I'm really a soldier for God. That's all.
Good.
Yeah, you gotta be.
Hey, check it out, man. Before we move on to the next topic, I definitely want everybody to find their Bibles. We're going to move on to our next section, the good book. And we're gonna read. What are we gonna read, Renee?
We're gonna read 2 Samuel, chapter 13, and we're just gonna pick out a couple of verses that I felt were befitting to the topic this evening.
I'm actually
stood out for me.
I'm actually gonna read the story to everybody, have them follow along, and then we can highlight the verses that you wanna go over, and we're gonna get it in tonight. Talk about 2 Samuel chapter 13. Everybody who don't know the story. So listen, we're gonna go into some good music real quick, and I want to give a shout out again to my homegirl Judith. For everybody who doesn't know, Judith is 17 years old.
Yes.
I asked Judith as a special guest to join my show tonight. So she said yes. I met her doing some work. Actually, she was looking for a job, and I met her actually with somebody else interviewing for a job that I had posted up, and I met one of the trainers, and was able to talk to trainer Roland, and found out that he teaches a whole school out there in the Philippines, and they kind of prep people for different jobs and stuff. And I met with Judith, and Judith told me she was a Christian, and we was talking, and I asked her if she right, and this Judith out the blue said she sings. So I said, "Oh, you sing? Let me hear you sing." And see, most people. Now, I knew she was in the student center. In the training center, most people, when you ask them to sing, they say no, or they're shy. But she started singing right then and there. So I was like, "Oh, I like you." So.
Hopefully Judith can sing for us tonight.
I don't want to put her on blast early. Not yet. But one of these days I will get Judith. I told Judith I want to do some music with her. So I do want to do some music with her. But Judith is also talented in writing, so I want to expose her writing skills. Her along with one of the other girls that were that interviewed with me, and they're going to write some pieces for the show for us. And so I wanted to get her on a radio station and give her a shout out. And I told her I'm going to play a song for her that she never heard before. And it's a cute song. It's called "Girl, What You Looking At?" And I think that she'll like it. It's more fitting for her age group. And it's from V Rose. So I'm dedicating this song to you, Judith. Hope you enjoy it. And I thank you for joining the show with us. And I hope this the topic and everything will be, it will be good lesson for you to learn, and hope that you get something from it. I'll give a shout out to the training center too, and everybody I met today from the training center, man. I'm gonna give all you guys a shout out too. And of course, y'all, we're about to blast off with the songs right now. This is "Girl, What You Looking At" on C1Music.FM, The Familiar. Dedicating this song to Judith. Holla at your boy. Let's get it.
Thank you.
You are now listening to the sounds of C1Music.FM.
You think you're cute, huh? Got attitude, huh? You think the boys like it when you do what you do, huh? You think you're fly, huh? Your kicks is tight, huh? Tryna be popular so you be getting high, huh? Your shades is clean though, you hecka mean though. When you be talking, do you really gotta scream though? Everyone's jealous, right? Cause you got fellas, right? And when they say hello to you, they see you looking like, girl, what you looking at? Girl, don't look at me like that. Girl, what you the other way. Girl, what you looking at? Girl, don't look at me like that. Girl, what you looking at? You better look the other way. You playing the role like you a diva. Want everybody to say I wanna be her, but I see that you were trying to hide who you really are. And that's why you always be saying, girl, what you looking at? Girl, don't look at me like that. Girl, what you looking at? You better look the other way. Girl, what you looking at? Girl, don't look at me like that. Girl, what you looking at? You better look the other way. You got your swag, huh? You think you're bad, huh? But no one knows deep down inside you're really sad, huh? That's why you're wild, huh? And never smile, huh? Somehow you lost your joy when you were just a child, huh? But I'm just saying though, don't be ashamed though, cause Jesus wants to free you, but you have to say so. So get your joy back and lose the diva act, so when they say hello to you, you won't be saying back. Girl, don't look at me like that. Girl, what you better look the other way. Girl, what you looking at? Girl, don't look at me like that. Girl, what you better look the other way. You playing the role like you playing the role like you playing the role like you a diva. You playing the role like you a diva. Diva. You a diva. Get your joy back. Get your joy back. Get your joy back. You can get your joy back. Get your joy back. Get your joy back. Get your joy back. You think you're cute, huh? Got attitude, huh? You think the boys like it when you do, you think you're fly, huh? Your kicks is tight, huh? You get your joy back. Cause Jesus wants to free you, but you have to say so. Cause Jesus wants to free you, but you have to say so. You get your joy back. Girl, don't look at me like that. Girl, what you better look the other way. Girl, what you looking at? Girl, don't look at me like that. Girl, what you better look the other way. You playing the role like you a diva. Want everybody to say I wanna be her, but I see that you were trying to hide who you really are. Get your joy back. Get your joy back. Girl, get your joy back. You can get your joy back. Girl, get your joy back. Get your joy back. Girl, get your joy back. You can get your joy back. I don't like this part.
You are now listening to the sounds of C1Music.FM. Unfamiliar.
I began to reach for the stars. Then I saw a star who reached for the cross. Then I saw the crowd screaming at the screen like crucify the king, the man in between. Crushed bones and blood dripping off his face. Framed on wood, now that's a picture of grace. But the sequel comes a couple days later. We saw the father strike the son, something like Darth Vader. Looking for a stunt man who could conquer the fall. Must take hits and must have no flaws. Did his work in time in the confidence split. I guess that's what you call a real box office hit. Praise God it was Jesus and 12 on the scene. That will make his life PG-13. I get choked up when I see it, but go by the book, you'll understand when you read it why. Glitter or glam, my team still shine bright. Wherever you catch us, I hope a flashing light. Bearing our crosses just to keep a passion right. Jim Caviezel on them, we wanna act like Christ. With every act, make them known. For every crack of the whip, for every punch thrown. Our street team is punching the clock. Whether you're on Wall Street or you hitting the block. Or in the back streets, building with the fam. We all in sync, looking like a boy band. He's the man, plus the hard act to follow. The only road to heaven, the one-way motto. The creator of the stars took the low road. Could have been a king, could have been a pharaoh. He did it just to make us blameless. Now my only job is to make him famous.
You are now listening to the sounds of C1Music.fm. Unfamiliar.
Yeah. It's gravity. Keeps pulling me down. Pulling me down.
Listen, I pen songs for the perishing and parishioners, them hearers and them listeners, the home and the visitors. This is not a game, you can't tame or make it pretty. They say the earth cursed, so our mouths stay dirty. It's mud on the track, a slug in your back. Police done pulled you over with a gun in your lap. And you ain't got the power to make it through this parade. And workers can't keep the profit, everything here is vain. My job is oppressive, I strive for my blessings. The pastor's so corrupt, it's hard to ride with his message. Riches destroy the owners, the government think they own us. My onus is to keep the police from riding all up on us. Leaving money to kids who spend it on getting bled. Say what's the point of living just to give it up in the end. Then again, all my sin has been pinned to the cross. I know I'm free forever from this land of the lost.
Every time I think I'm flying, I'm just falling. So close to touching the sky, but gravity keeps pulling me back down. But I can't stay here forever. I wanna go. Ooh, one day I wanna go somewhere where there's no gravity. Where there's no gravity, yeah.
Somebody told me there was no such thing as truth. I said if that's the case, then why should I believe you? Murder, money, and mayhem, every place that I lay in. My problems follow suit, I'm tailor-made for this, ain't I? It's deep, you wanna go deep, I take it deep. Reality is really just cheap. Your eyes wide open apparently, but you sleep. And everything you have in your hands, you'll never keep. So why hold on, I flow on to go on. Before long, I float on. Eternal life is what I'm thinking, I'ma bake my hope on. Believe me, easy is irrelevant. The devil want us burning for the hell of it. Elephants in the room say we can't talk about impending doom. Or we gospel rapping or preaching people out of their shoes. It's cool, I be that dude we glued to our depravity until somebody free us from this gravity. Fly.
I wanna go. Ooh, one day I wanna go somewhere where there's no gravity. Where there's no gravity, yeah. Every time I think I'm flying, I'm just falling. So close to touching the sky, but gravity keeps pulling me back down. But I can't stay here forever.
You are now listening to the sounds of C1Music.fm. Unfamiliar.
C1music.fm, the familiar, it's your boy Deuce. We definitely in the building all day, every day. And before we went into commercial, we or should I say music break, we told everybody to turn to the section on C1music.fm on YouVersion Network to the good book. We are in 2 Samuel chapter 13, and we are going to read about what happened and took place in this particular chapter. The title tonight of our story is Vengeance is Mine, brought to you by the one and only Renee. And we have my panel in here. Does everybody have 2 Samuel chapter 13? Is everybody there with me? 2 Samuel chapter 13?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
All right. For everybody that knows me, as I'm stated again, it's only 3 versions of the Bible that 3 to 4 versions of the Bible that I really like to read as far as reading it goes. And I am going to be reading tonight from the Holman Christian Standard Bible. So if I confuse you guys, definitely can find it on the YouVersion Network. I'm going to be reading from the Holman Christian Standard Bible. And it's going to read like this. I'm starting at verse 1 on chapter 13. And we are going to dive into this chapter here. Alright? Alright, here we go. So the Bible here says, sometime past, David's son, Absalom, had a beautiful sister named Tamar, and David's son, Amnon, was infatuated with her. I want to stop right there. So, right now we have 3 main characters being pulled out the story. We have Absalom. We have Absalom's sister, Tamar. They were blood brother and sister. And then we have a half-brother, Amnon, who was infatuated with his sister, Tamar. Now, infatuation. Professor, explain infatuation to everybody who doesn't know.
Professor speaks knowledge.
Give us your definition of infatuation.
It's a strong emotional attraction towards someone that is usually of no, that word is too extreme, but it's just definitely a strong emotional attraction.
Listen, man, we want to see one music. We want to see one music, man. You can use extreme words. I like keeping it real, man. I want everybody to know the real. Even though this is a Christian show, I want everybody to understand what is being said here. We doing something good, so be as honest and open as possible.
Okay, so infatuation is usually well, that word just disappeared from my head. It's it's a strong emotional attraction that's superficial. It is usually not real, and it's almost always directed sexually towards the person you're attracted to. So say if I was infatuated with someone, those feelings would not lead to anything substantial. I would only be interested in my benefit from that particular perceived relationship.
All right. Good answer. Good breakdown. For my special guest, Judith, did you understand that?
Yes.
Good. I wanted to make sure that you understood. I do this. I teach my Sunday school class this type of stuff, so infatuation is something I would have to explain to them.
Really?
Yeah, I would have to stop and explain it so they can understand the story. So infatuation. So this guy was infatuated with his sister, his half sister. Mm-hmm. All right, meaning that he wanted to he desired her sexually, but it wasn't like a real love. He just thought she was beautiful and was like, listen, I'm going to say it in layman terms, he wanted to smash. He wanted to have sex with his sister because he thought she was beautiful. All right? We all on the same page, everyone?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
So verse 2. Amnon was frustrated to the point of making himself sick over his sister Tamar because she was a virgin, but it seemed impossible to do anything to her. Now, I'm going to stop right there again. Now, I'm going to ask the professor again, one more time, professor. Is it really infatuation? Is it really that much of an infatuation? Or is it love? When you actually do go to the extreme to make yourself sick over a person?
I don't know, man. Guys do some weird things just to get, just to get things going. So that doesn't qualify whether he was infatuated or not. It just means he was he just wanted what he wanted, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, look, they highlighted that she was a virgin, and that was definitely an attraction point for him. So,
right.
I mean, if that is an attraction point for everyone, then love is one messed up thing, man.
I agree. Lovely.
Yeah.
Lovely. If a guy was attracted to you in a way to where he was making himself sick over you, what would you say to him? Is he worth giving a chance to, or would you say, listen, you're psycho, you're crazy?
No, I was willing to tell him that no, you don't have any chance of getting me. Because you're stupid man.
Why?
Just wanting one thing for a woman. It's not love. I don't believe it's love.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely not love, man. But he's making himself sick over the point where he's saying to himself, I can only imagine sitting there like, yo, I got to get that. I got to. And this is his sister, too. Like, dude, how sick is that? But he's
crazy.
Looking at his sister saying, I has to have it. All right? So, and listen, we only got down to the first two verses, and look what we exposed so far. We got three siblings. Two of them are from the same mother and father, and they have a half brother named Amnon who's infatuated with his half sister to the point where he wants to make out. Now, I'm going to ask y'all a question though. I'm going to ask Mary. I'm going to ask you a question. Is he wrong for wanting to be with his half-sister?
Yes, he's wrong because even though she is her half-sister or not, you don't, because that's an harassment and it's crazy.
Now, I want to.
Yeah, what is that whole half thing anyway?
I'm going. Vinay, I'm going to come to you with this question. Now, in the Bible,
I'm ready.
There are other main characters in the Bible that married their half-sisters. I'm going to say in particular, Abraham is noted to have married his half-sister, Sarah.
Right.
So is Amnon actually wrong for wanting to marry his half-sister? Or not even marry her? Is he wrong for wanting to have her as his... And the reason why I say marry is because it was a tradition that if you slept with a woman, at this time, if you slept with a woman, that you automatically had to take her on as a wife in this particular days and times. So I'm asking you, is he wrong for wanting...
Let me just interject, because I know where you're going with it. Mainly, that's the issue in itself. There is an order to everything, and in no way, shape, or form was Amnon speaking, implying, referencing to marrying his half-sister. What he felt was infatuation, what he felt was lust, what he felt was, I think, inappropriate. And I say that to say because it's funny that we're even talking about this topic because I was having a discussion with my girlfriend recently about guys that may approach us. One guy in particular approached me, but he spoke in a way that was very sexual. And that, to me, is a red flag. That means, oh, you're not the one for me. You're not who I'm looking for. Because if I'm looking for a real relationship, like, for example, if Amnon was looking for a marriage, a courtship, then his language would be different. And so I said it to say that with this guy, his talk, his language, it wasn't right. He wasn't coming correct in my mind. So that was indication that you're not the one. So on to the next. Sorry, can't deal with you.
All right. I agree. The language is everything. And I also agree that in this particular story, Amnon was infatuated, more so than in love, as the Bible points out. Let's continue to read. I'm on verse 3, y'all. Amnon had a friend named Jonadab, a son of David's brother, Shimea. Alright, so now we have a friend of David's son, Shimea, Jonadab, who's also a friend of Amnon, is in the picture. Jonadab was very shrewd man, and he asked Amnon, "Why are you the king's son, so miserable every morning? Won't you tell me?" So obviously his man, Jonadab is seeing Amnon upset every morning, and he asks him, "Dude, why you so upset every morning? Like, why you so uptight? What's the problem?" I can only imagine how this conversation would play out in today's language. You know, if you go see your man and say, "Yo, my man, like, what you so uptight for?" And Amnon says, "Yo, I need that." I need that in my life. And what Jonadab would actually say to him, like, "Yo, dude, that's your half sister. Like, it's really good." But here, let's see what he says. He says, now this is what Amnon says. All right. And I'm reading again, verse 4. It says, and he asked Amnon, "Why are you the king's son so miserable every morning? Won't you tell me?" Amnon replied, "I am in love with Tamar, my brother Absalom's sister." Now, he calls it love. The Bible calls it infatuation. Now,
who calls it love?
Bible.
Amnon replied, "I am in love with Tamar, my brother's Absalom's sister."
Okay, so you that's that version. Okay, yeah, because each different.
All right, what do your version say? What version do yours say?
I don't have it open right now, but I usually read New King James.
Yeah, that's
or
right.
NIV.
All right, so I'm reading it in the ESV version. It says, "And all of Israel heard and said, the Saul defeated." No, I'm reading the wrong area. I'm sorry. 2 Samuel chapter 13. Just to get a different version here, as I got my couple of versions of the Bible in front of me, as I'm always prepared. And we're on verse 4, right?
Yeah.
And verse 4 says, and he said to him, "O son of the king, why are you so haggard morning after morning? Will you not tell me?" And I said to him, "I love Tamar, my brother Absalom's sister." So my other Bible says he loves her. So Amnon is actually saying that he loves her. He's in love. The Bible calls it infatuation. So can somebody think that they're in love when they're not really in love? Because I believe that happens all the time.
Oh, absolutely. Because you know what? Some people associate love with a warm, fuzzy feeling. And love is really faith in action to me. It's an action. It's something that you have to build on and you have to work towards. It's not warm and fuzzy all the time.
Mary. Mary, is this guy mistaken? Do you think he really loves his sister?
Probably yes.
So you saying that he's not infatuated? He actually loves her?
Yes, because every morning, Oman is haggard and probably he's in love with her half sister.
All right. Well, we'll see what love is all about then. Let's see how this plays out. So, verse 5, Jonadab said to him, lie down on your bed and pretend you're sick. When your father come to see you, say to him, please let my sister Tamar come and give me something to eat. Let her prepare food in my presence so I can watch and eat from her hand. Verse 6, so Amnon lay down and pretended to be sick. When the king came to see him, Amnon said to him, please, let my sister Tamar come and make a couple of cakes in my presence so I can eat from her hand. Verse 7, David sent word to Tamar at the palace, please go to your brother Amnon's house and prepare a meal for him. I want to stop there. Now, Lovely, I want to ask you this question. You have Tamar. Tamar knows that Amnon acts like he's sick all over his sister all the time. The fact that he requested for you to come take care of him when he's supposed to be sick, when you know he's sick all over you, period, would you go help him?
Yes,
if he requested you?
Wait, are you suggesting that
yes,
you're saying like Tamar do?
No, I'm asking this, and Lovely, I can't really hear you that much. You gotta speak up again. But I'm asking a question. The Bible says here that Amnon was frustrated to the point of making himself sick over his sister Tamar. So he would make himself sick on a normal basis. Every morning he's miserable. So he's living a miserable life. So the fact of the matter is, he pretends that he's sick and lying down. So I don't know if he actually kind of sickness he was acting like he had. But fact of the matter is, he requested his sister Tamar. Now I'm 100% positive Tamar had to be aware of the fact that her brother is sickly in love with her. Would you agree?
Yep.
Why not then say to your father, Pops, I can't go. Why don't you send somebody else?
You said why not?
Why not say to your father? Why not say? I'm asking Lovely. Why not say Dad? Listen, I can't go because this guy is drooling. My brother is drooling over me, and he wants to make out with me. And him being in the bed, me taking care of him is not a good look.
Okay. If I am in Tamar's shoes, I would respect my brother's request.
Even though you know your brother is, even though you know your brother wants to sleep with you.
Yes, because in the first place, my dad won't believe me that my brother is in love with me or infatuated with me. So I will respect his request as a brother, but I won't let anything happen to us, both sister and brother.
But you're going to be in a room with him all by yourself, and you know this dude is sickly in love with you. I don't know. Mary, what about you, Mary?
No, I definitely are not allowed that because that's my brother. So I just need to keep distance for a month.
For a month? Only a month? But I'm asking. I'm saying you know that your brother is madly in love with you. He wants to sleep with you. He's making himself sick over you. He's miserable every morning, and he requested you to come to his side of bed and take care of him. And your father tells you that your brother requests you and he wants you to go. Why not say to your father, listen, I can't do it.
Yes.
I feel
I can do
uncomfortable.
that.
Why do you think she? Hey, Tito, why do you think she didn't say that?
Sorry, that's me?
Yeah, Tito, Professor.
Yes.
Why do you think she didn't say anything?
I don't see any indication that she knew what her brother was up to.
Exactly.
But the Bible starts off by saying, it gives you the summary of the story. It starts off by saying, some time passed, David's son Absalom had a beautiful sister named Tamar, Amnon, and Absalom and Tamar and Amnon. It's telling you, it's painting a picture. It starts off by saying she was a virgin. So it's giving you the meat of the story before it gets into the fine details. So it's telling you that this dude was madly sick over her. She was a virgin, but it seemed impossible to do anything to her. So the first two verses is setting you up to get to the detail of the story. The narrative person that wrote this is telling you, he's giving you, listen, this dude was madly sick over his sister. This is what it was. And now he's going to go into how the story played out. In verse 3, he starts telling the story. Amnon had a friend named Jonadab. So the first two verses is telling you what was going on in the story. I can't sit here and necessarily say that she did or didn't know. But I'm going to assume, because of the way the person wrote the story, that she did know. This is obvious. It was obvious that something was killing him. But the simple fact that his friend even, if he was willing to tell his friend, his brother's friend, it was obvious that, come on. Now let me ask Judith.
Yes?
You're young. If you know that a guy likes you, you won't. I mean, can't you tell that a guy likes you?
Pardon?
I said, if a guy is attracted to you, can't you tell? If you see him all the time, he's always around you. Wouldn't you be able to know that this guy likes you?
Yes.
I mean, he's probably staring at you and looking at you like he wants you. I mean,
the first thing I think is the boy or the guy likes me, and I don't want to have what do you call this?
You don't want
guys staring at me like that.
Yeah, you don't want him to be staring at you. I also want to point out that the Bible starts off on my Bible. It starts off sometime past, in verse 13. Now, in my ESV version, it starts off, now Absalom, David's son, had a beautiful sister whose name was Tamar, and after a time means sometime past, after time. Those are all words that let you know that this has been going on for a while. Am I correct?
Yes.
All right. So obviously there had to be some. She had to know that her brother she can't be oblivious to the fact that her brother didn't like her. That she didn't know at all.
Who's to say that she wasn't in disbelief of it? I mean, I have a brother, and I would never ever want to imagine him liking me. That's just disgusting to me.
Yeah, but if your brother looking at you,
exactly,
your brother looking at you and staring you down, and you know what I mean. Listen, if when the Bible tells me, this is the thing. When the Bible tells me that this dude makes himself sick over his sister, that means that he was really showing out that he loved her, or that he wanted to have sex with her at least. So he probably would make sexual remarks to her or sexual gestures to her. I mean, why would the Bible point out that he made himself sick over her? I mean, it was obvious.
To let us know how crazy he was.
Right. So I'm saying that's what it says.
He was crazy in love.
Crazy in love. Sure. You know what I'm saying? And so, with that being said, I'm saying to you, you know, he had to be crazy in love if you want to listen to this dude tell you that, yo, act like you're sick and have your sister come to bed with you and take care of you while you're sick. I mean, who does such a thing? You know what I mean? But either way, I just want to know. I'm just trying to get understanding that y'all don't think that she knew that her brother liked her? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes, I don't think she knew. And if she did, I don't think she would believe it. I wouldn't believe that if my brother, I wouldn't believe it. I'd be like, no. Even if that did come into my mind, I would put that in my mind.
Well, I would believe it because in Bible times, people did marry their half sister. I also would believe that she knew that he liked her because I feel like that's how the story reads. However, I mean, I could be reading wrong. You know what I mean? But if he's making himself sick over her, she had to know that he liked her. That's just my
Okay, but by her knowing that she liked her, are you suggesting that she was responsible or added to this happening?
No. I'm not saying she was responsible, but what I'm saying is she put herself in a situation. She put herself in. I feel like I gotta watch how I say this. Some females put themselves in situations going into it, knowing that this person is extra, and they put themselves in the situations knowing that the person is extra, and when the outcome plays out, it was one of them things where we look at you and like, that was messed up, it happened, but why did you put yourself in that situation in the first place?
Right, I do agree that yes, we do that.
And so in this particular situation, her father called her. She had the opportunity to tell her father, "I can't do it. I'm sick too." You know what I'm saying? She could have said, "I'm sick." He's sick. I'm sick. You know, I'm just saying. I mean, but either way, she did not say she's sick. She actually went. So let's see what happens. Verse 6. So Amnon laid down and pretended to be sick. When the king came to see him, Amnon said to him, "Please let my sister Tamar come and make a couple of cakes in my presence so I can eat from her hand." Verse 7. David sent word to Tamar at the palace, "Please go to your brother Amnon's house and prepare for him." Verse 8. Then Tamar went to his house while Amnon was laying down. She took dough, kneaded it, made cakes in his presence, and baked it. She brought the pan and set it down in front of him, but he refused to eat. Amnon said to him, "Everyone leave me." And everyone left him. Wow. So Amnon said, "Everyone leave me," and everyone left him. Then he said in verse 10, "Bring the meal to the bedroom," Amnon told Tamar, "so I can eat from your hand." Tamar took the cake she made and went to her brother's Amnon's bedroom. When she brought them to him to eat, he grabbed her and said, "Come sit with me, my sister." Verse 12. Don't. She says, listen, she says, "Don't, my brother," she cried. "Don't humiliate me, for such a thing should never be done in Israel. Don't do this horrible thing." Now, do you feel like she was really putting up a fight, or she was just saying, don't humiliate me"?
See, that's the problem now. People are always questioning the abused. When someone gets raped, it's like, oh, you had to have done something to give them the wrong idea. I think that's the wrong approach. He is
absolutely wrong. He's absolutely wrong. But I still got to ask the question. I don't know. If I look at this from the way y'all look at it and say, "Hey, she didn't know," I'm saying to myself, this chick is very naive. If her brother is sickly in love with her, he does all this stuff. There's no way in the world that she didn't know that her brother wants to sleep with her. So she is that naive that she even goes to his bedroom to feed him. I mean, when I feed from my hand, I'm thinking like she's actually taking the spoon or fork and feeding that man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I didn't like that idea either. I wouldn't see myself doing that to my brother. I ain't gonna feed him from my hand. Absolutely
right.
not.
So that's how I see it. And so he's laying in the bed, and then he grabs her. If he's laying down, let's picture the scene. He's laying on the bed. She's standing up or laying next to him on the bed. I don't know. She has the food in her hand, and she's feeding him, putting it in his mouth. And he says to her, he grabs her, and says, "Come sleep with me, my sister." "Don't, my brother," she cried. "Don't humiliate me. For such a thing should never be done in Israel. Don't do this horrible thing. Where could I ever go with my disgrace? And you would be like one of the immoral men in Israel. Please speak to the king, but he won't keep me from you." So, pause. So, Professor, I want to ask you this, Professor. Yeah. So, you ask a female to sleep with you, right? Listen, I'm going to ask you this question. You ask a female out the blue, you talking to her, say you interested in her, and you say, she comes to your house, you feeding her, when she's feeding you, and you in your bedroom, and you say, "Hey, let's do it." And she says, "No, I can't do it right now because I don't want to look like a clown in front of everybody, and I don't want you to look like a clown because we both Christians. So if you want to sleep with me, put a ring on it." Okay. What does that mean? What does that mean to you?
Well, obviously, it means that there's a chance that that's going to happen, and the fact that there's some condition, yeah. But look at it from a different perspective. He grabbed her first. I mean, he didn't even ask her. He just went for her. Just grabbed her and restrained her, and then he asked the question. What does that say about him?
Well, you might say that he's crazy, but all right. So this is your brother now. I want to say something now. I want to let's look into this thing. So, do you think she answered the question that way out of fear, or was she really sincere about it, saying, "Hey, listen, you want me? Have me. Ask Daddy if you can have me, and you can have me."
I think she was saying, "Don't violate me."
But she was saying, "Don't violate me," but she also said in verse 13, "Please speak to the king, for he won't keep me from you." So she's saying that Daddy will allow you to marry me if you want me.
Right, but at the end of all of that, just as the professor was saying, he took her. He did not ask. She did not go willingly. Therefore, you're violating my speech. You're violating.
Let's read verse 14. So, verse 14, my Bible says, "But he refused to listen to her, and because he was stronger than she was, he raped her." So, she was saying, "Listen."
He refused.
Ask Daddy. He was saying, "Nah, I ain't trying to ask Daddy. Let's get it popping right now."
Exactly.
All right, but the fact of the matter is, she said, "Ask Daddy." I'm asking you, let me ask, if he didn't rape her and he would have asked Daddy, would she have married him?
Maybe she wouldn't have had the choice.
All right, let's say she would have had the choice. Would she have married him if he would have asked her father?
There's a good chance, yeah. There's a good chance.
Denako, what do you think?
I'm thinking yeah. But just I can give one point. Before I being Christian, I had like this situation as my experience. Really, it's just not for love. It's just for a need some sexual thing. So yeah, but in this point, I have no idea.
All right, I'm looking at my Bible notes. It says here that she was mainly concerned about her breaking up the law of Moses. So the only thing that she was arguing to her brother is like, "Listen, ask Dad. Like, if you want to have me, ask Dad, 'cause I don't want to break the law." So That's what my notes say here in my Bible. It says Tamar insisted that the crown would shame both her and her brother. Tamar suggested that Amnon speak to the king about marrying her first. Now, the question is, did she say that request as a way to get out of it, or did she really mean it? Because for a guy, if a girl's, let's face it. Sometimes when a girl says no, that means yes. And sometimes when the girl says yes,
what is that?
That means no. Professor, come on, Professor. Tell me you telling me that whenever sometimes when a female says no, that really means yes. You never experienced that before?
Well, let me say this. I know that sometimes they give conflicting information, but I would not want to get into complicated situations they're creating, because you're just going to end up in trouble, whether they wanted it or not.
I agree.
So, if it was up to me...
That's right. You see? Professor dropping knowledge. Listen to him.
No, I agree. I totally agree.
I think that's the problem. I think some men may base their actions on what she implied, what she meant, what she really wanted to say, and that's not for them to make assumptions. And I think that was where Amnon was wrong, because at the end of the day, he violated her space and her trust and her body, and when he said he refused to listen to her. So that was an issue in itself. He refused.
All right, let's finish reading this section off real quick. So after this, Amnon, let's see. So he grew strong with her and he raped her. Verse 15. After this, Amnon hated Tamar with such intensity that the hatred he hated her with was greater than the love he had loved her with. Get out of here, he said. No, she cried. Sending me away is much worse than getting wrong you already done to me. But he refused to listen to her. Instead, he called to the servant who waited on him. Throw this woman out. Throw this woman out. And bolt the door behind her. So, after she got raped, she wanted to stay with him. I mean, that is what the Bible says, right?
Wow.
That's what you got from that verse? That she
Verse 16. It says, no, she cried. Listen. I'm reading it. No, she cried. Sending me away is much worse than the great wrong you have already done to me. So she's saying that he's saying to her, get out of here. And she's saying, no, you have already embarrassed me. So she's saying that she wants to stay. He refused to listen to her. So verse 17. Instead, he called to the servant who waited on him. Throw this woman out. So he's saying to his aide, his servant, to throw her out, because she's saying no, she doesn't want to go. Throw this woman out and bolt the door behind her. Am I reading it wrong? I mean, you tell me.
I don't know. I took that as she didn't want to face what just happened, because, like she said,
right, she doesn't want to face
me.
I agree. She doesn't want to face it. She was disgraced. She's disgraced by the fact that he raped her. But in most, let me ask you a question, Renee. If a guy rapes you at his house and he gets off of you and he tells you go, are you going to say no? You want to stay, or you want to get your clothes and get up out of there?
Fortunately, I've never been raped, but I can tell you this. I'm pretty sure that after a situation like that, I would be almost paralyzed. So, I mean, the issue of, let me put my clothes on and let me go and let me walk out, to me wouldn't even apply, because I would think that a situation like that would almost paralyze someone, whether paralyzed emotionally, whether paralyzed them physically. So it's not even an idea of, oh my gosh, I want you to hold me and cuddle, but something devastating just happened to me. Something traumatic just happened to me. I probably won't even be able to move. And that's the way I took it with her. That, you know what I mean? Like, she's completely in disbelief of what just happened. She's in shock. I mean, a number of things could have happened. I just know that she was probably paralyzed in that moment. And in that moment, she probably couldn't even stand to her feet or even hold her head up, let alone walk out into the world to show her face after something like that happened to her.
All right, let's look at 18. Amnon servant threw her out, bolted the door behind her. Now Tamar was wearing a long-sleeved garment. Because of this is what the king's virgin daughters wore. Tamar put ashes on her head and tore the long-sleeved garment she was wearing. She put her hand on her head and went away crying out. Her brother Absalom said to her, "Has your brother Amnon been with you? Be quiet for now, my sister. He is your brother. Don't take this to heart. Don't take this thing to heart." Hold on. So let me read this right. Let me read this again. Verse 20. Her brother Absalom said to her, "Has your brother Amnon been with you? Be quiet for now, my sister. He is your brother. Don't take this thing to heart." Wow. Mary.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
What do you think about Absalom's response to his sister being raped by her brother?
Okay. Absalom's brother. Okay. So, what is your question again?
How do you feel about Absalom's response?
It's a common when your brother, because it's common feeling that
a common feeling.
Brother, yes.
Absalom told her to be quiet. Don't worry about it. You just got raped. Oh, don't worry about it. That's your brother.
So
I can't really hear you, Mary, for some reason.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yeah, what did you
Hello?
say?
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Hello?
I can hear you.
Okay, so I feel so sad, and because my half brother abused me, and then my brother done anything, and then he wants me to be quiet because I want to this man accountable for what he done for me, but my brother done nothing. So I feel so. It's really hard feeling.
Yeah. You think it's real? What about you, Lovely? How do you feel about Absalom's response to his sister being raped?
For me, Absalom is so insensitive that he didn't know what Tamar feels after Amnon been with her. I think Absalom is insensitive.
He's insensitive.
Yeah.
Judith, what do you think, Judith? Absalom is insensitive?
No.
Do you think Absalom is wrong, Judith?
Yes.
Do you think Absalom is wrong?
For me, it's not, because I read the continuing some verses.
Oh, you went ahead of us already.
What's the name?
Absalom.
Absalom planned to kill Amnon because I think he angry with his brother. So that things happened to her sister Tamar.
Right. So you think his answer to Tamar was more like, "Don't worry about it," but he's really like, "Oh, I'm gonna get him."
I think Absalom said that for the what we call this, for stop wearing Tamar, because we see in this another verses that said
he was gonna kill him?
Absalom ordered to men to kill
Amnon.
Amnon.
Yeah. I see. right, well, check it out, man. This was a very interesting story. We didn't get a chance to finish the whole thing. I would like for you guys to go onto the YouVersion website, finish this, finish up this the questions and the poll questions, and maybe we'll do a part 2 to this next Wednesday.
Okay.
We can do a part 2 and break it down more. We can dive back into verses 21 through finish out the chapter and see what happens, and see if vengeance is mine. Let's see who vengeance is. At this particular point in time, I would like to get you guys' feedback on it. What do you think, Renee? Do you think we should do a part 2 to this?
Yeah.
I can't hear you if you're speaking, Renee. I don't know if she's talking or not. Renee, we can't hear you, Renee, if you're speaking.
Okay, yeah, I'm sorry, I had it on mute. I think it would be good, but I would actually just leave it up to our panel to decide if they want a part 2. Otherwise, we can close it out tonight.
All right, what do you guys think? Y'all want to finish the story out? Part 2 next Wednesday?
Yes.
Y'all said yes.
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 Yeah.
All right, so we'll part 2 this for next Wednesday, and we'll come up with some more questions for section 21 through the rest of the chapter, and see what happens. I want you guys to think about who's held responsible here. Is Tamar innocent? Well, we know she's innocent. I mean, by all means, she got raped. But should she have put herself in that situation? Is Amnon, who knew, we know Amnon is wrong, so we already know Amnon is wrong. So my question is, how do you guys feel about Absalom's response to his sister being raped? And should his sister have put herself in that situation? Those are the two
we have
things,
a lot to think about.
Yeah, those are the 2 things I definitely want you guys to think about for our next topic. And I'm pretty sure Renee will come up with some interesting questions based off of that part and lead us into our next section. All right? Any last thoughts? Renee, would you like to give a shout out to anybody, give any last thoughts?
I would like to give a shout out to my mommy, and just to all the beautiful people out there that are listening, that have answered questions, that have just been tuning in on other nights, and hope to speak to you guys again soon, and hopefully you tune in every Wednesday night to hear your girl Renee.
Every Wednesday night, every Monday and Wednesdays. We on more than one day.
I'm plugging my show right now. You cannot interrupt my shout out. That was my shout out. So when you get
your
to
show, is our show.
Oh,
listen, Renee is
with your boy Deuce Biggs on this particular day.
Get up with your boy Deuce Biggs on every night on a radio station. But
okay, good. So that's your shout out.
But Renee, all Renee fans can listen to all of us every night that we're on. Follow the show. This is a good show. We're doing a good thing. What about you, Tito?
Yeah, I definitely want to holler at all the people from my country who listen again. I gave a blast at Facebook, excuse me, and I like to say to holler my folks and my sisters and brother and my girlfriend in college. Thank you for all the support, and thanks to the panel.
We're going to get her on the show. You done gave her 2 shout-outs already. We might have to get her on the show as a special guest.
I will. You betcha.
All right, what about you, Danaka? You got any shout-outs you want to give a shout-out to?
Yes. Thanks to God giving this chance to my country and other people, because the picture you chosen every day is very we had verses. Then we have now week by week have to study hard because now I know I have to study Bible when I join to convocation. So thank you very much, and hope the pastors and people need to listen this channel because they can get the true things about Jesus and Bible and Christian and humanity.
Yes, yes. What about you, Lovely? Any shout outs?
Okay. I'd like to give a big shout out to my love of my life. He'll be going to listen after this show. So
Hey, Tito.
Thank you for the support, my love. I love you.
Hey, Tito.
Yeah, man.
You remember I said things that they say will bite them later on down the line?
I remember.
Remember I said that, Mary? Things that they say will bite them later on in the show? Lovely, tonight I'm going to let you live. But I promise you that that shout out will be revisited at another time. My man, we give you a shout out, my man. Tonight's your night. Mary, any shout outs?
I want to say hello to all my friends who are listening now and here in the Philippines. And God bless everyone. Have peace, spread love and peace for everyone.
No doubt. Hey, Judith, want to give anybody a shout out?
I want to greet all the Filipinos here in the Philippines. Thank you for this opportunity. I think it's God purpose. I learned a lot more things. Please listen to this station. All the knowledge you can get here is very useful to our daily life. Thank you.
All right. Hey, man, we signing off, man. It's your boy Deuce. We definitely appreciate it. Follow up, read the chapters, 2 Samuel, if you haven't heard it before. If you have read it before, read it again. Dive into it. Get your study notes out. Join us on the topic. We here, C1Music.FM, familiar. And Real Talk Radio. Keep it real. We out of here, man. Holla at your boy. Easy.
Good night.
Easy.
Good night, everyone.
Easy. Good night.
God bless you.
Let me give a shout out to the gospel. All the men and women of God who put it down for the God folks. Doing it before I was a toddler. Showing the world how we honor God, yo. Londa Adams, Rance Allen, Edwin Hawkins, Tim Marvin Sapp, Bobby Jones, Andre Crouch, Fred Hammond, the commission. Remember that? Take 6 with the melodies. Shouts to the Winans family. Richard Small with Donnie McClurk and the Clark Sisters legacy. Kirk, Franklin, Shirley, Caesar, and the mighty clouds of joy. Mississippi Mass Choir and the Williams Brothers and James Cleveland, yo. And I don't feel no waste time. These are things we maintain and we're strong, so we could come along and push through all the wrong and get the word out. And he'll always be by your side. Now I feel that it is up to me to claim this victory, so will you stand with me? Say, I do gospel. I do gospel. You can do what you want to do, but I do gospel. And I don't know what it look like to you, but this what I do, yeah. I do gospel. And I love this confession, cause when they ask me what is my profession, I say, I do gospel. Gospel. Now I like my gospel with guitar, bass and 808, melodies with the anointed, man, it sounds so great. Altos, tenors, and play some piano, and we gotta keep it gangster so we can't forget sopranos. I like jazz gospel, reggae, country pop, techno gospel, classical, quartet music, hip hop. Gospel, I even like the blues, cause when you put the gospel over it, then it becomes good news. Ooh, would there be ashamed of this gospel? I'm proud about it, bold about it, and don't have to be an apostle. Just love Jesus, make make sure it's him you find out. Take his word and put it in any genre. You got gospel, a powerful gospel. Only gospel can bring light back to any fossil. We gotta take this news around the world. This gospel and share it with any woman, man, boy, or girl. I do gospel. I do gospel. You can do what you wanna do, but I do gospel. And I don't know what it look like to you, but this what I do, yeah. I do gospel. And I love this confession, cause when they ask me what is my profession, I say I do gospel. 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 So lift your hands and say this. I state your name. Will stand for this gospel. I'll live for it. How I proceed forever, ever, and ever. Hey, you can do what you wanna do, but and I don't know what it look like to you, but this what I do, yeah. And I love this confession, cause when they ask me what is my profession, I say gospel, gospel, gospel.
You are now listening to the sounds of C1Music.FM. Unfamiliar.
Said before we were born, he knew our purpose. We were made in his image, so you are perfect. None could take your place, cause you deserve it. The apple of his eye, his prize, he said you're worth it. Yeah, and don't forget it, girl. When the whispers start to come, the promises of the world. Guard your heart, be strong, cause in an instant, love will come up missing. Your heart, he'll take it with him. Cause sometimes reality be love is blind, and one day you'll see that you love so hard that it breaks your heart. All that's left is what used to be, and now you're feeling insecure. Every time you see him, you give him more. So of course he plays your chords, but you're beautiful and worth the waiting for. I know that I am much longer. I want a little bit longer. I am so beautiful. No one can tear me down. I no longer wear a crown. I am so beautiful. So beautiful. So beautiful. You made yourself in pain. Daddy ran away, so you ain't never had a man to love you. It's a shame, or you were so afraid of love the way it came, wrapped up in the box, then blew up in your face. So now you've gone astray, leaving pieces where they made. Fall into the wrong hands, love is not a game. Don't go rushing in, good intentions get you played. One day you'll see your mirror and not want to see the face. Everybody got a story, it's the way you tell it. You gotta face the world like you about to kill it. So hold your head high and always be the realest. Don't let your past keep you broken, you gotta start rebuilding. A damsel in distress, heroes come restore. Who better to teach you how to love than the creator? They'll go through detours, heartbreak to reassure that you're beautiful and worth the waiting for. I know that I am much longer. I want a little bit longer. I am so beautiful. No one can tear me down. I no longer wear a crown. I am so beautiful. I know that I am much longer. I want a little bit longer. I am
so beautiful. Oh, 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 so beautiful.
You are now listening to the sounds of C1Music.fm. Unfamiliar.